Hi guys, welcome back for another video. It's your girl Jensine, aka Jungle Naps. So today we're going to be doing a dope or nope review on the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. If you guys haven't been around for a while on my channel, Dope or Nope is a video series that I used to do where I just reviewed it and I tell you if the product is dope or it's a big flat nope. So pretty easy concept. And I was like, shoot, you know what? Let's start doing those again. I know someone requested it. So I was like, you know what? Now is the time. Now, Urban Decay sent me this giant box here of all of their concealer shades when they first launched this concealer. And I really wanted to take my time and try things out. I didn't want to rush the review. I didn't want to just do a first impression. I've already tried it out about 3 times off camera just to kind of formulate an opinion, and then I decided, you know what, let's get together and do like a more in-depth dive into this. So they did send me a little like wrap sheet with all the information. It's basically supposed to be an ultra pigmented concealer. It has 73% more pigment than the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So if you like that concealer but you want a little bit more coverage, this seems like it's going to be a really good one for that. It's also supposed to last 24 hours. It's waterproof. And so, you know, on paper it looks really freaking good. They do have a really nice array of concealers for dark skin tones, and they even carry it on into, I believe, Extra Deep is the darkest shade. So I'm going to do some separate swatches for you guys so you can really see the color comparison. Now, originally when I wanted to do this review, I was like, oh shoot, it'd be really nice to pair this against a different concealer like the NARS Radiant or the NARS Soft Matte or Tape Shape or something like that. And when I did swatches, I do have to tell you guys, I just couldn't find another concealer that would compare with the same shade range, also the same undertone, and you know, it just, also the consistencies were very different. So I do have to say the All Nighter Concealer is different than any other concealer I have or popular concealer that a lot of other beauty influencers are talking about right now. So before we get into the nitty gritty of this concealer, if you're brand new here and you aren't a subscriber to my channel already, but you love beauty videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family. And if you're an oldie but goodie subby, hey girl, it's so nice to see you again. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start with my primer because I don't have anything on my face besides my normal skincare. I'm in the process of trying out the Lure Hydration Foundation Primer, and it's basically obviously to make you look a little bit dewy and all that good stuff, which some of us need during the winter time. But if you're oily, I would definitely suggest staying away from this one because I don't think it's formulated to be like matte, you know what I mean? And duh, like it's all in the name. And in my T-zone, like basically my forehead and my nose, I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which has to be one of my favorite primers. It is just, it's so natural looking. It makes your makeup look like skin. And for foundation, you guys, I mean, what else? Fenty Beauty. I'm on a Fenty Beauty kick because it's so good. I just, the coverage, the like actual blurring that it does is a bomb. And of course, I like to use a sponge for this foundation. Okay, so now that I've got a good base, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot you guys a little bit closer so you can see what's going on with this concealer. So basically there were 3 shades that would kind of be a little bit more applicable towards me. Here I have a dark golden, then I have a dark neutral here, and then a deep neutral. So when I swatch these guys, you're really gonna see this is dark golden, and I know it looks light, right? Like, don't be alarmed. With this foundation, it actually looks really beautiful. Here is dark neutral. Now, that's really light. So I mean, maybe I would probably switch over to this in the middle of winter, you know, when my skin really does become a lot lighter. And then this is going to be a deep neutral. So you have like 3 very different ones. I believe they might also have a, what is it, like deep warm as well, and that one is definitely more on the orangey spectrum, which really isn't applicable to me, so that's why I didn't include it. But if your skin does tend to go into the orangey realm, just know there's something there for you. So when applying this concealer and you're blending it out, they suggested that you use either your fingers or you use a concealer brush. So I'm going to try those 2 different techniques on either side. I did try using this with a makeup sponge and it didn't really fare well, guys. You could see the imprints of the sponge when I was blending out the concealer. So just a heads up, if you have this and you're like, oh man, like what the heck is going on with that? And your concealer didn't look good, that's probably why, because it's not meant to be applied with a makeup sponge. And also, quick tidbit, you definitely should work quickly with this because it is a matte concealer. It will dry down very fast. Pumping it up here, and then I'm just going to apply like so. You don't need too much, guys. I mean, a little bit goes a long way. On this side, I'm going to use my fingers. And you see how like full that is? It's very full coverage. Okay, so now that I'm happy with that, you guys can see how it really covers up my under eyes, which, I mean, I love. Now I'm gonna set this really quickly just because I do need to move fast because it's gonna dry. And I'm just setting that with my Fenty Beauty Invisimatte powder here. Now on this side, we're gonna go with a concealer brush. This is the Sephora Airbrush Concealer Brush in, it's number 57. Now I haven't actually tried it on this side with a brush, so we'll see how that goes. If it looks terrible, I'll just use my fingers. But honestly, using your fingers isn't bad at all. I think you still get like a nice full coverage, you know, look. So far, it's pretty easy to blend. A really nice finish too. I actually have to say I like it both ways. And then of course I'm going to be setting that with my Fenty Beauty powder as well. One of the things I really like is that you can't see the actual bristle strokes. That makes sense? Brush bristle strokes. It's like a tongue twister. You can't see them on this side. So I really like that. And it definitely looks airbrush. Definitely full coverage. As you guys can see here, I mean, I do have dark circles under my eyes. Make no mistake. They're there. But this looks really natural without looking cakey. You know what I mean? And you can take a look and see how this side really looks. Again, it's beautiful, just as nice as using your fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like just to apply it in the center of my nose, forehead, and my chin. And I also like to apply it to the mustache area just to cancel out some hyperpigmentation that I have there. And because I like the brush so much, I'm gonna try that out and see what it looks like. And look, you guys can see what that looks like. It's really natural looking. And what I love is with this one, even though I just highlighted the center of my nose, it really just kind of like snatched my nose up a bit. And I haven't even put my powder on it. So I'm gonna set it, and then I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, and then we'll talk about just the initial impressions. And of course I'm gonna come back and give you guys a check-in so you can see how this thing lasts throughout the day, because it does say it's supposed to last 24 hours. I'm not gonna spend 24 hours in my makeup, but I will go throughout most of the day, and then I'll come back just before bedtime and kind of give you guys like a chat and, you know, my last thoughts and stuff like that. Alright guys, so I'm back. I basically, you know, just finished up the rest of my makeup off camera, and I've been taking a look at this concealer, and I'm so impressed with how smooth it is. Really, like once you set it, it's not going anywhere. I'm not seeing any creasing underneath my eyes, and it plays well with my other makeup products. I don't notice any lines of demarcation from where, you know, the concealer ends and the foundation starts up again. It just blended really seamlessly, and my under eyes don't look dry. So even though this is a matte concealer, I would not consider my under eyes oily or the skin around there to be oily at all. And you really don't see any dryness. So just because it says matte, don't be afraid. That doesn't mean that you're gonna end up having like crocodile skin under your eyes when you wear makeup. Yeah, so overall, I'm feeling really good about this. I think I'm gonna try and keep this on for maybe about another 6 hours. I've already had it on for a little while already, and it seems to be settling in just fine. In the past also, I've worn it for long periods of time, and it seemed to be good, but I just wanted to come and give you guys like a real-time update so that you guys can see what it looks like. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've actually been wearing this concealer for 8.5 hours. So I've had a long time. I wore it even longer than my estimated 6 hours just because I really wanted to give you guys a good representation of what this looks like if you were to wear this all day at school or all day at work. Will it hold up? You know? And as you guys can see, take a look at my face underneath my eyes. Honestly, I feel like this concealer hasn't budged at all. I do notice, and this is normal for me, just to let you know, there is slight creasing where my natural creases are, but that makes sense, you know, after 8.5 hours, and it's really not noticeable. I had to bring a small mirror like up close to my eye just to see that. But to the average person looking, you know, my concealer looks excellent. I feel like this is something, if you like to go out to the club, you can wear this. It is waterproof. I mean, I haven't tested that because I was not about to get water all over myself. But, you know, it's definitely gonna hold up. It's gonna look effortless, flawless. There is not even a difference between which side I use the brush on and which side I use my fingers on. They both look the same. They both look pretty. I will say, you know, while I was swatching this, I can definitely tell the difference in that there's more pigmentation in the All Nighter concealer compared to NARS Radiant Creamy or Shape Tape. You can just tell that this is highly pigmented. And, you know, versus I do need more of the actual product when I use my other concealers, like the ones I just mentioned, versus when I use this one, I just literally need just a little bit and I still get that full coverage look. So that's what I really, really, really like. Honestly, I think this is my new go-to because I can still wear this in the winter time. It doesn't make my skin look dry. It holds up. For me, like, I feel like it's really good because I can use it for average everyday stuff. I can use it for filming and it still looks glam, you know what I mean? And like a lot of times you can still see like the shadows of the under eye, you know, like the bags, the heaviest parts of the bags. And I feel like you can't see that here. Like it just looks like, I mean, look at it. Like it just looks like my under eye is like nice and bright and smooth, and that's what I love. So I definitely recommend that you guys check this out. It does retail for $29. I believe you can get it at Sephora, Ulta, Urban Decay websites, but to me it's well worth the price because a little bit goes a long way. So it's going to last you. And also, I mean, if you're going to go for a higher end concealer, don't you want it to be, you know, good coverage, full coverage? To me, that makes it even more worth it. So let me know what you guys think. If you've tried this concealer, what do you think? Do you plan on trying it in the future? Let me know. And yeah, don't forget to check out some of the videos that I have up on the screen for you guys. Chill with me some more. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!